Hey guys, this is John. I'm here to talk to you about Barry Allen, Harrison Wells, and the latest episode of The Flash. Who is Harrison Wells? Episode 19. There's a lot that happened in episode 19 of The Flash. Who is Harrison Wells? We asked a lot of questions about Harrison Wells, who he really is to us, the audience, and who he is to the cast. The audience has a little bit bigger picture of who Harrison Wells is already from previous episodes. We know that he's taken the shape of Harrison Wells. Eobard Thawne has, the Reverse Flash. But the cast doesn't really know that. Barry Allen, Caitlin Snow, Cisco Ramon, they don't really know who Harrison Wells is. I'm sure you guys are wondering who the villain is for this episode. There's always a new villain, whether it's the Trickster played by Mark Hamill, or we get Captain Cold with his freeze gun, who's made a couple appearances. But in this episode, we get a totally new villain. His name is Hannibal Bates. We have a combination of Hannibal Lecter and Norman Bates. This guy sounds evil, but he's not really either of those characters. He's the everyman, and Caitlin Snow gets to give that name as opposed to Cisco Ramon, who usually gives the names. But it's pretty cool. He touches you and he becomes you. He's a shapeshifter. You're wondering how they defeat Hannibal Bates, the villain of episode 19, who is Harrison Wells. Well, like always, they go to the lab, Star Labs. Caitlin Snow and Dr. Harrison Wells, they work together, they find a solution. Caitlin, being the genius that she is, she creates some serum to mess with his biological DNA to make sure that he can't change forms anymore. But his final shapeshift, before he gets defeated, he shapeshifts into Barry himself, and it's a pretty prolonged fight compared to the other ones. So, Joe and Cisco, they come back from Starling City. They have the body of the dead Harrison Wells. Caitlin's convinced that Harrison Wells is really the Reverse Flash. Cisco, Caitlin, and Barry go back to Star Labs. They hunt through the building. They find out Reverse Flash's secret lair. They see his suit. Barry's able to open the door himself, and then they go in, and the computer opens up for Barry. But they're convinced that they know that Harrison Wells is the Reverse Flash. But is he really just the Reverse Flash? Everything opened up for Barry himself. Could Harrison Wells be somehow the Flash and the Reverse Flash at the same time in the future? Thanks for checking me out. This is John Trent. Make sure to check out my website, boundingintocomics.com, for a little bit more information about the Flash and all your favorite television shows and comic books.